Their relationship is so close that they don't care about gender boundaries, they can eat together and even sleep in the same room. I've asked them multiple times to be mindful and keep their distance. But she gets angry instead. Ryan and I have known each other for over 20 years. If anything was going to happen between us, it would have happened long ago. You think you have a say in this? Then she continues to do whatever she wants, staying overnight with Ryan. Even my in-laws treat Ryan like their own son and tell me to be more open-minded. Later, I made a female friend of my own. My wife confronted me, "What's going on between you and Emma? Don't you two have any sense of boundaries?" I threw her words right back at her. Emma and I have been co-workers for 3 years. If anything was going to happen, it would have happened long ago. You think you have a say in this? At 4 a.m., Lily still hadn't come home. I knew she wouldn't be back tonight. In the past, I would have been furious in this situation, calling her nonstop. But today, I was surprisingly calm, without a trace of anger. She came back in the morning, carrying bread and milk. With a grin, she said, "I was partying with Ryan last night and things got a bit wild. I didn't want to wake you up by coming home late, so I just crashed elsewhere." She winked playfully and emphasized, "We didn't share a bed, it was a twin room. Ryan is her neighbor. They grew up together, childhood friends, as they say. But according to her, she and Ryan are just brothers. Even if she stood naked in front of him, he wouldn't get turned on. I've seen them horsing around many times. She'd laugh and hook her arm around Ryan's neck or jump on his back. Ryan never refused and often pinched her cheeks. Every time I saw this, I felt uncomfortable. I'd pull Lily aside and tell her to be more careful and keep her distance. At first, she'd explain and reassure me. Later, she got impatient and retorted, "We've known each other since we were kids. If we were going to be together, what would be the point of you?" And whenever this happened, Ryan would stand nearby with his hands in his pockets, casually saying, "Bro, you're too uptight." In my eyes, Lily's not even a woman, she's like my sister at most. How could I have thoughts about my own sister? Wouldn't that make me a beast? Looking at his pretentious act, I thought to myself, aren't you exactly that kind of beast? For a while, Lily and Ryan did become a bit more distant. She stopped going out so often and stayed home, asking me to massage her back and legs, and cook for her. She demanded 5 dishes for each meal, with meat, vegetables, and soup. If I complained it was too much trouble, she'd say, "You won't let me go out, so if I can't even eat well at home, what's the point?" I had no choice but to grit my teeth and cook up a storm in the kitchen. She posted photos of my cooking on Instagram, praising my home chef. Ryan commented below, "Your Jack is quite the house husband, huh?" Other mutual friends chimed in, "No wonder you're not going out lately, someone's keeping you well fed at home." The tone was subtle, but I couldn't help frowning. Lily got upset again, "You're such a big man, why are you so sensitive? I show off a little and you're not happy. Fine, I won't post about you on Instagram anymore, okay?" After a few rounds of this, it seemed like I was always the unreasonable one. Gradually, Lily became less and less patient with me. The distance between us grew wider and wider. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to get close to her heart. "What are you thinking about?" Lily waved her hand in front of my eyes. I snapped out of my thoughts and looked at her smudged makeup and wrinkled clothes, suddenly feeling exhausted. She noticed my bad mood and softened her voice to coax me, "Honey, are you mad?" I didn't say anything, so she took my hand, "Don't be upset, okay? I'll keep you company this afternoon." "Oh, didn't you want to buy a new suit recently? Let's go to the mall today, I'll buy it for you, okay?" She always did this, slap me then give me candy. She took advantage of my love for her, manipulating me recklessly, as if certain I wouldn't get angry or leave. In the afternoon, she dragged me to the mall, browsing the brands I liked. "This one looks good, try it on." She picked out a dark gray plaid suit, my usual style. When I came out of the fitting room, I saw her holding up her phone, posing. She was on a video call. I walked up beside her, and Ryan was on the other end of the call. She was still smiling. "This suit really suits you." I knew it was perfect at first glance. Noticing I had come over, she asked for my opinion. "Honey, don't you think this matches his low-key sexy vibe?" Ryan chuckled on the other end. "So what? Are you going to buy it and send it over to me?" "That's just a matter of saying the word." They were still laughing and joking around. I calmly turned away, picked out another suit, and went back to the fitting room to change. I paid for the suit without any emotion, seeing she was still on the video call with Ryan, so I just left on my own. Lily chased after me, complaining, "Why didn't you wait for me? Are you angry again? Is it really worth it?" I smiled. "No, I'm not angry." This time it was the truth. I really wasn't angry. After all, I was used to it by now. That night, I went out drinking with some friends and came home very late. Lily had called me countless times, but I didn't answer. In the end, I just turned off my phone. For once, she was the one waiting up for me late into the night. I was a bit drunk, but still struggled not to let her help me. I pushed away her hand and felt my way along the wall back to the bedroom, throwing myself onto the bed. Lily never allowed me to get into bed without showering. She thought clothes worn outside were dirty. Dee always respected her wishes, but when had she ever respected mine? I fell into a deep sleep. After that day, Lily started treating me with extra care and attention. She prepared loving breakfasts for me every morning, sent me lots of messages during work hours, and even came to have dinner with me when I worked late. It seemed like she was trying to prove through her actions that she had changed. Until one day, I got off work early for once. She said it had been a long time since we'd had Western food, and there was a newly opened restaurant nearby that she wanted to try. I agreed and went straight there from the office. I arrived a bit early and was looking at the menu when I looked up and saw Ryan walk in with her. I took out my phone and sent a message. As Ryan sat down, he apologized, "Sorry to crash your date. I just happened to be in the area on some business, and I've been wanting to try this place too. You don't mind, right?" "I don't mind," I said flatly. "How about this meal is on me, as an apology," he said with an easy smile. "Come to think of it, Lily sent me that suit last time, and I haven't properly thanked you yet." I glanced at Lily. So she had bought the suit for him after all. Lily seemed a bit nervous. We really did just happen to run into each other today. Ryan's not an outsider, and it's more fun to eat with more people, right? Ryan laughed and patted Lily's shoulder. "Look how nervous you are. Jack and I have known each other for so many years now. What's wrong with having a meal together?" Lily looked at me and quickly moved away from his hand. "Just talk, don't touch me." He seemed a bit surprised, raising an eyebrow and giving me a meaningful look. All right. Let's order then. It's my treat today, so order whatever you want." Lily opened her phone to scan the QR code and order. "I won't be polite with you then." Ryan leaned in close, looking at her phone with her. Their heads were very close together. It was as if they were the couple, and I was the third wheel. After they finished ordering with laughter and chatter, Ryan looked up and said to me in a host-like manner, "Jack, take a look. Is there anything else you want to eat? Have Lily add it for you." "One moment," I said. I stood up and waved to a girl in a tight long dress with long flowing hair by the entrance. She walked over quickly, smiling and greeting us. "Sorry I'm late." I pulled out a chair for her. "It's fine, we just finished ordering. Take a look and see if you want to add anything." Lily sized her up, her face growing darker. "Honey, who is this?" "She's my coworker, Emma." Emma smiled softly, tucking her hair behind her ear to reveal her beautiful face. "Hello everyone, I'm Jack's coworker. Jack is very kind and always takes care of me. I see him as an older brother." Hearing this, Lily's expression grew even more unpleasant. She moved closer to me. The food came quickly. Ryan Clear. Ly knew Lily well, placing her favorite dishes in front of her and even carefully cutting her steak for her. Emma was having some trouble cutting hers, so I swapped my already cut steak with hers. She smiled at me in thanks. Lily tugged at my hand. "Honey, can you pour me some water?" I picked up the pitcher and poured some for her, then also topped off Emma's glass. Ryan held up his glass. "I'm good, thanks." Lily's hostility towards Emma was obvious. "Miss Emma, Jack is just a nice guy. He's considerate to everyone. People often misunderstand him because of it." She gave me a reproachful look. "He's always being misunderstood." Emma responded calmly. "That just shows how charismatic Jack is. All the young women in the office love him. They say he's handsome, capable, and a good family man." This made me blush. Lily forced a smile. "Is that so?" Emma pointed towards Ryan. "Of course. But compared to the gentleman next to you, Jack obviously falls short. Look at him, his eyes haven't left you all meal." Her words were too blunt. Ryan coughed awkwardly. "You're exaggerating." The meal was filled with tension. Afterwards, Emma left first. Ryan offered to drive us home, but I jingled my car keys to show I had driven. He then asked Lily, "It's still early. Want to go for another round?" Lily hesitated, looking at me. I avoided her gaze, not wanting to give an opinion. Ryan understood and invited me along. "Jack, why don't you come too? We're all childhood friends of Lily's." He didn't really want me to go, but had to put on a show of being generous. My in-laws, oblivious to the undercurrents, smiled and said, "You young people should go out and have fun." Ryan affectionately put his arms around them, joking, "Uncle, Auntie, you're still young too. Why don't you come with us?" They laughed heartily at his words. I watched this scene. They were all so friendly, like one big happy family. And I was the outsider who didn't know his place. I stood up. "You guys go ahead. I'm a bit tired, I'll head home first." "Honey," Lily called out to me. I turned back. She bit her lip, then said, "Drive safely. I'll be home early." "Ha, of course." I smiled and left. That night, I didn't wait up for Lily. She could come home whenever she wanted. Or not come home at all. I was sick of this wife, this marriage. My marriage to Lily had reached an impasse, with no way forward or back. Might as well just muddle through like this. On Saturday, Lily spent the whole morning dolling herself up. She said she had lunch plans with some girlfriends and they were going shopping after. I didn't ask any questions. I just checked the time and changed into some clothes, getting ready to go out myself. "You're going out too?" she asked. "I'm meeting a friend for lunch." "Which friend? Do I know them?" she asked casually while applying lipstick. "Emma. You've met her." "What?"